Right, so CDC Mayfly, very easy and pretty straightforward fly, but very effective nonetheless. It only consists of a bit of CDC and some of these Coq de Lion feathers. I like to use the biggest one from the bottom of the neck here. Just because it gives me a little bit more material to tie onto. So we will be using Coq de Lion for the tail. Just a few strands, 5 or 6 will do. The length you are looking at roughly a tiny bit longer than the hook shank. So you get the proportions right. Just tie that down 2/3 of the way. Cut that off. Get the thread back to the tying point there. Now for the body I will be using one CDC feather, which I will be tying in on top of the hook with 2 loose turns, and then just pull that feather all the way out to the tips there. Tie that down. Then grab some hackle pliers and spin this counterclockwise as you turn it up the shank of the hook. And what that will do is it will taper really nicely, give it a shape like a cone, but also giving it the looks of a segmented body, just like this. Trim that off. Secure that, a couple of more reps. Now this has to be cleaned up, obviously, so take your scissors, trim off these stray fibers. Be careful that you don't cut off those tail fibers there. There we go. And as you can see, you have a nice little segmented tapered body going on there. So here comes I guess the hardest part of this fly is you kind of want to flatten out your tying thread here. You can use either your fingernails or, as I'm doing here, my dubbing needle. And then you want to go in and split the thread roughly on the middle here, just like that. And then I have prepared 2 CDC feathers in one of these table clips from Marc Petitjean. Really makes it super easy to get this job done. So now we have kinda like a dubbing loop here. And what you want to do is you want to hold your bobber knot like this, and then just spin it, let it hang from your finger like this. Spin that up, and depending on the thread that you're using, I'm using a Veevus GSP, which is a flat tying thread, so it needs a little bit more work than maybe a uni. Spin it up just a little bit more. And what you kind of want to do is you kind of want to hold your bobber out like this, and then run your fingers down the thread, and that will spin up the fibers in there. And what you're left with is false hackle, if you like, but you can just turn around the hook just like this. For every turn, you kind of want to grab the fibers and pull them upwards like this, kind of forming an upright wing. As you work your way up to the hook eye, tie that off nice and secure there. Now this is already looking pretty decent, but we can clean that up a bit with a bit of trimming. So let's get a whip finish in there, or two, just for good measures. That's two. Cut off your tying thread. Now if you have a rotary vise like me, it makes it a little bit easier, but any vise will do the job. I just like to flip the fly upside down and trim it nice and flat on the bottom here, but only on the belly, so the fly will lie really nice and flat on the surface of the water. This is obviously way too long, so kind of like to grab the fibers here and snip off the top, flip it back over, and to get the shape of the mayfly wing, I kind of want to aim for the hook point with my scissors, like this. Get this back around, maybe just a tad there, and that is looking really nice. So that's an easy way of tying really effective mayfly imitations, which you can tie in all sorts of colors. The one I used here was light pardo, but you can tie these in yellow, olive, brown, whatever fits the color of the hatch where you live.